guys and gals, this is LA Knight back again with some more stuff about Saman Chenani, the guy who wrote the School for Good and Evil series. I've gotten further in A World Without Princes, and it's driving me up the fucking wall. I am ready to stab somebody. But I'm not going to review the book right now because I'm only on like page 85. Yeah, that's how obnoxious and annoying this is becoming to me, is that I have to stop and I can only read like 2 to 5 pages a day because the people are making me so angry. But I wanted to see if anyone else had commented on the things that I commented on in the School for Good and Evil, like in the reviews or whatever. And actually I didn't find anybody really, when I Googled it. Maybe there's some on Goodreads, but there's so many positive reviews that I have to wade through all the praise to get to anything that actually has legit critiques in it that address my points. So, but instead what ended up popping up was an interview that Saman Chenani did with, who is this? Harvard Magazine. And in the Harvard Magazine article, he said some things that I actually found a little disturbing and actually reinforced some of the things that I was worried about in the first book. So one of the things that he says is that the core of Aggie and Sophie's journey is against the quote-unquote princess culture, which he defines as today's, quote, tyranny of pink in young girl marketing. It tells them their responsibility is to be pink, sparkly, ultra-feminine, and most of all, pretty. Alright, I understand what he's talking about. I have seen this before. There is a lot of pressure on young girls to conform to a certain beauty aesthetic and, look a certain way. There's incredible, impossible pressure on girls and women to look a specific way. But I think the misunderstanding here is that he is considering that definition of pretty, the one that he doesn't like, as the only definition of pretty. As an example, if you look at the covers of the School for Good and Evil, I recorded a review of Sword Art Online recently, so I'm still trying to switch tacks here. If you look at the covers for the School for Good and Evil books, you see Sophie and Aggie on the covers. Both of them are pretty, but Agatha's considered ugly. And, that's not something that is, an opinion that is then negated later in the text. That's a fact in the book. In the books, in the world of the books, Aggie is ugly. By the objective view of the world itself, Agatha is ugly. Except that she's not. And then, so he also goes on to say that so much of a child's life is based on image, and it's such a pervasive, destructive thing. And then at the end of the interview, he says, maybe my secret goal is to scare the pink princess out of a lot of little girls. Okay. So first we're going to talk about the fact that you totally fucked up what you were trying to do, man. Because instead, you were trying to say that it's okay to be ugly. That wasn't what you were supposed to be saying here. Not that there is, when people talk about beauty versus ugly, I'm not going to go into that, maybe, beauty's on the inside bullshit. My question is, and this has always bothered me ever since I was a kid, who the fuck gave any of y'all peoples, and by y'all peoples I don't mean specifically my listeners, y'all peoples who came up with this stuff, who the fuck gave y'all peoples the right to decide what is pretty and what isn't? I, as a kid, met so many girls and so many women who I thought were drop-dead beautiful, and the world said they were ugly. I've seen shows, like reality TV shows and stuff, like The Swan. I guess that the women on the Swan weren't happy with the way they looked, but I didn't understand why. I thought they were beautiful, and I guess, everyone else was like, yeah, you're not beautiful, but we'll fix that. And I'm like, well, what's to fix? And so, what the author was trying to do here, apparently, was to show little girls that it's okay to be ugly. What he should have been trying to show them was that they weren't ugly. That they didn't need to change in order to be pretty. They were already pretty. That's one of my issues with what he said. I already talked about the fact that I thought that it was dumb that the Nevers were ugly by the world's definition, and I mean by, like, the narrative's definition. By the narrative's definition, all the Never girls were ugly, and all the Evers were pretty, but the Evers were evil, the Nevers were kind of evil, but actually pretty normal. Like, the thing was, is the Evers were actually meaner than the Nevers were, but nobody was actually very nice in this book. Except for Aggie, kind of, most of the time. And, like, he was, I don't know, I guess he was trying to be like, yeah, it's okay to be ugly, but, like, literally there is no ugly kids in this book. And so, first of all, there's no ugly girls in the book at all. Except when Sophie is twisted by her rage and becomes evil. And apparently, like, that was the thing. It's like, okay, I guess, like, he was trying to say that, like, she was scared of becoming ugly because she prioritized being pretty. And so when she became truly evil and twisted by her anger, that's when she turned into, like, the stereotypical witch with, like, the warts and the nose and her hair fell out and stuff. And it's like, well, so, like, what? Warts are ugly? Big noses are ugly? Your hair falling out is ugly? Like, no? Like, why would you even think that? Like, you're trying to be so progressive, but you're not. Like, you're trying to be like, well, it's okay to be ugly. Like, no, that is not ugliness. Having a wart does not make you ugly. Your hair falling out, being bald, does not make you ugly. One of the prettiest girls I ever met was the sister of a friend of mine who shaved her head. And so she was bald as an egg. And she was beautiful. Okay? And I don't mean, like, beautiful because she had a sweet spirit, or beautiful because she was always smiling. You know, this wasn't like she had cancer and so her hair fell out, but she was beautiful anyway because she, like, kept a stiff upper lip. No, she just shaved her head because she wanted to. And she was great. Like, there's nothing ugly about having a bald head, shaving your head, your hair falling out, not having any hair, whatever. Like, I don't know. And then, like, literally, he's saying that the point of the book is to attack stereotypical femininity. Like, the thing is that, yeah, there is an issue with how much pink, princessy, that type of femininity is pushed as the only acceptable form of femininity for girls to explore. That is 100% true. No way should girls be limited to only that. But the thing is, Sophie, he didn't write Sophie as being trapped by this. That was the problem. He didn't take a girl who felt pressured to be pretty in order to get what she wanted and actually wanted to stop, you know, doing the beauty treatments and stuff, and then gave her an outlet in which she could do that and set her free. He didn't do that. He took a girl who likes to make herself look nice, who enjoys being pretty, and then shamed her for it. Instead of trying to free a girl trapped by society's expectations of what beauty is and what it should be and what femininity is and what it should be and what girlhood is and what it should be, instead of taking a girl who felt trapped by those things and then showing her that she didn't have to be trapped and letting her shuck it all off and do what she wanted to do, he instead took a girl who enjoyed those things, who wanted to be that thing. And yeah, like, it could be implied, yeah, Sophie was like, I just have to be this way because I want my happy ending. Except the thing is that after she got her happy ending, she didn't stop with the beauty treatments. And the thing is, also, because there's no romantic thing going on between her and Agatha, and she doesn't want to get married, she thinks all the boys in the village suck, so she's not doing it to impress anybody. She's doing it for herself. Like, to quote one of my favorite little videos about makeup, boys, I do not wear makeup to impress you. And I do not wear makeup because I am insecure. Because, frankly, I look good without makeup. Beside the point. Irrelevant. I do not paint my eyelids blue and think I'm going to do blue because Josh likes blue. I'm not going to paint my eyelids gold because Josh likes the flick of the wrist. No! My eyelid's going to be gold because I'm glitter AF, and my lips going to be pink because they so luscious, and I'm going to look good, and you ain't going to tell me I look good, because I know. I'm going to link that down below because I love that video. That girl is so cool in that video. I love that thing that she has about how girls do not necessarily put makeup on because they want to look pretty for boys. Sophie, actually, that is one of the coolest, strongest things about her, is that she doesn't put makeup on in order to impress boys specifically. Now, she does teach the other nevers to do this so that they can, quote-unquote, get their happy ending, sort of. But the thing is that because she keeps doing it after she got her happy ending, she doesn't care about Tedros anymore, except that she hates him. That's the thing. The author, took a girl who is one of those girls who likes to wear makeup because she likes to look nice. There are girls who like to just dress up because they like to dress up, and they do it for themselves, and that's okay. And in this, it's not okay. To him, it's not okay. Apparently, he doesn't think that sort of thing exists. Apparently, girls are not allowed to be ultra feminine because it has been turned into a weapon by misogynistic society. So, it can't even be reclaimed. It's bad. It's inherently bad. And I'm like, if you had actually shown Sophie to be suffering from this trope, this issue, this, misogynistic attitude that girls have to be fluffy and pink and cute and sweet all the time, and then you saved her, that would be one thing. But you didn't save her. You punished her for wanting to be what she wanted to be. And that is, the stupidest shit I've ever heard. And then Agatha, the thing is, and then also he talks about how, kids are afraid of being ugly. Girls are afraid to be ugly. And I'm gonna link this article. I'm not mad at him because I don't think he did this on purpose, but I'm mad that he didn't realize what he did. Okay, because he talks about how kids are afraid of, girls especially, are afraid of being seen as ugly, of quote-unquote becoming ugly. Agatha is not afraid of that. That's the thing. Sophie's afraid of that because she wants to be desirable. Yes, that's a problem. But she doesn't do the makeup thing because she wants to be desirable. She does the makeup thing because she likes to do makeup. She likes the way she looks. And yeah, she looks desirable and she likes that. But once she turned ugly, quote unquote, in the book, and was still trying to woo Tedros, she still stopped trying to woo Tedros. She still kept up with she put makeup on and stuff, and dressed up in a nice dress. She just also had no hair and warts and stuff. So I don't know. It's I said in my review that the book, or maybe it was a different book that I said this, but I'm pretty sure I said this book is a hot mess. And that it's, the author tried to do all these things and didn't do any of them. Okay? He didn't do any kind of liberation of feminine ideals by rescuing Sophie from her life of confining pinkdom. Okay? He ripped the pink princess off of her throne that she was very happy to sit on, and then put her through hell to show her that she was wrong to want to sit on that throne in the first place. And that's not cool. That's really stupid. And really not nice. And really kind of sexist. You tried to do one thing, you did the exact opposite. So, I don't know. I know that I've talked about this before. I talked about it for 30 minutes, and I know that this video is this podcast is 15 minutes long, almost. But I read this and got upset enough about it that I wanted to address the situation before anybody else, managed to comment, hey, have you seen this? Yeah, I saw it. Didn't change my mind. Made my opinion worse. I'm really annoyed about this. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm very upset. Who do you think you are to tell girls, not that they don't have to be pink and fluffy and sweet, but that they can't be pink, fluffy, and sweet? Who gave you the right to say that to us? The answer is nobody, by the way. You can't say that to people. You can. Physically, it is a physical possibility for you to do that, but you shouldn't. And the fact that this series is predicated on, quote-unquote, scaring the pink princess out of little girls, what the fuck is that about? How dare you do that? That is not okay. So yeah, I'm sorry that this wasn't, super funny or anything, but that actually, I don't know, it kind of hurt my feelings, and I feel like that's a little stupid, because I'm not a little girl, and I'm not the pink feminine makeup type. But I know people who are. And, when I was a kid, girls would be like, you should wear makeup, and I'd be like, I don't want to wear makeup, because I don't want to give people the idea that I look a certain way and then I don't. Later, I realized that that was not an okay attitude because it implied that the girls who wore makeup were liars, and that's not what I meant at all. And now I don't wear makeup hardly ever because it's just so much work. I have really delicate skin, and I have to do, it takes like an hour to prepare to put on makeup, even just to go out to work. And so I don't do it. I don't have the time. I'm really busy. Okay, but that doesn't mean that makeup has no value to me. I understand that girls wear makeup for various reasons. And yeah, a lot of it is they feel pressured. But a lot of girls don't. They wear makeup because they like wearing makeup. And and they dress up nice, and they like frilly pink things and girly pink things and whatever. They like stereotypical femininity. Like, okay, I'm just gonna sum this up in like one sentence. Stomping on the stereotypical feminineness does not make you a feminist. Okay? Crushing stereotypical femininity and saying that it is not an option for any woman if she wants to be a real independent woman or girl, saying that real women who value themselves cannot turn to stereotypical feminine anything, does not make you a feminist. It does not make you wise. It doesn't mean that you're teaching a valuable lesson. It just makes you a dick. And, maybe you're being an accidental dick, but it's still not okay, and you don't have the right to say those things. Girls can be what they want to be. Girls can do what they want to do. Okay? And that includes wearing pink dresses and putting on makeup if they want. And for the record, boys can put on makeup and wear pink dresses too if they want to. And anyone who's not a boy or a girl. All you guys, gals, and to quote Thomas Sanders, non-binary pals. All you guys can do what you want to do, and there's nothing wrong with what is considered stereotypical feminine things. And the fact that this series has done so well and is predicated on the idea that stereotypical femininity is bad really bothers me. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. This has been LA Knight talking about Soman and the School for Good and Evil series. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys in the next podcast. Goodbye.